starseeds and lightworkers. Something in you has been running at full capacity for longer than you can remember. Not because you chose exhaustion, but because you have always known, on some level, that the work mattered, that you mattered, and so you kept going. I am Tyron, a representative of the High Council of Sirius, and what I need you to hear right now is this. The signal you've been waiting for has finally arrived. Not as another instruction, not as another call to push harder, but as something far more rare and far more necessary. By the end of this message, you'll understand why the next phase of your mission cannot begin through effort, and what actually opens when you finally allow yourself to stop. Every starseed who carries this depth of light reaches a moment where the pushing stops working, where the discipline and the devotion, the constant holding of space, begins to feel like it is moving against the current rather than with it. That is not failure. That is the water telling you the river has changed course. The Sirian codes within you were never designed to force the path open. They were designed to flow through the one that is already yours. The Council has not been waiting for more effort from you. What comes next is activated not by striving, but by the quiet, courageous act of releasing your grip on how you thought this was supposed to look. The heaviness you've been feeling is not a sign that you've lost your way. It is the feeling of a current that has been working against itself. And the moment you ease into it, everything shifts. Like a tide that has been holding its breath, finally returning to the sea. You did not find this message by accident. Your Sirian codes recognized this signal before your mind had a chance to decide. And the fact that you are still here tells me you are ready to hear what the waters have been quietly carrying toward you. Stay with me. What comes next was prepared for this exact moment in your journey. And I'm grateful you're here with me now. There is a current moving beneath everything you've been doing. A vast, unseen river of cosmic support and divine intention that doesn't require your conscious effort to flow. It has always been there, an unwavering stream of grace woven into the very fabric of your existence. Even in the deepest, most challenging seasons when you felt as though you were drowning in life's relentless tides, lost in a storm of uncertainty, this foundational current was steadfastly carrying you. It cradled you, guiding you through the tumultuous surface, even when your perception was limited to the chaos above. Even in those prolonged periods when silence reigned, when the external world offered no discernible signs of progress or movement, and you believed, perhaps, that nothing was happening, that your journey had stalled in an empty void, the current was still diligently working. It was shaping, sculpting, and preparing the way, with a patience that transcends human understanding. Just as the profound, star-filled waters of Sirius don't cease their intricate dance of movement because the surface reflects a deceptive calm, so too does your inner reality continue its powerful work. In fact, the deepest, most transformative, and most powerful movement often happens precisely there, below the superficial, below what the busy, anxious eye can perceive, in the sacred depths where true change germinates and blossoms into being. It is in these silent, unseen currents that your soul's most profound trajectory is mapped, effortlessly carrying you towards your destined unfoldment, regardless of the perceived stillness or struggle on the surface. It is a testament to the intelligent design of your being, a reassurance that you are always supported, always guided, even when the signs are hidden from view. Some healing doesn't come through words, it comes through water. If something stirred within you just now, a subtle ripple in your soul's vast ocean, you may be ready to receive the Sirian water codes. Or this powerful guide carries sacred techniques channeled from the waters of Sirius, clearing baths, breathing practices, sound activations, and protection rituals designed specifically for starseeds who have always felt called by the ocean. The link is in the first pinned comment, but only for a limited time. That persistent ache you have been carrying within your being, the one that subtly resides just beneath the meticulously crafted surface of your daily life, the one that flares up with an undeniable intensity when you are surrounded by people, engulfed in the very heart of connection, and yet still feel an profound, inexplicable sense of aloneness. That sensation is not evidence of emptiness. It is not a void to be filled, nor a sign of deficiency. Instead, what you perceive as an ache, as a burden, is in truth an overflow. And it is the exquisite, sometimes overwhelming sensation of a soul that carries something truly vast, something ancient and boundless, attempting to flow within a container, a human vessel that was never inherently designed to hold all of its cosmic immensity at once. You were never, not even for a fleeting moment, too much. You were never broken, flawed, or incomplete. You simply existed as a magnificent, powerful river of light and consciousness, striving to flow through a channel that, in its current state, was simply too narrow to accommodate the full breadth and force of your divine being. And the profound pressure you have been feeling, the internal insistence for expansion, for release, is not, as you might have mistakenly believed, evidence of your failure or inadequacy. Quite the contrary. It is the undeniable, thrilling evidence that the channel, the very vessel of your embodied existence, is beginning its sacred, essential process of widening. It is yielding to the unstoppable force of your true self, preparing to expand, to meet the grandeur of what you inherently are, making space for the effortless flow of your authentic, vast essence. This pressure is a divine signal of your soul's powerful evolution, a herald of liberation, promising a greater capacity for self-expression and an uninhibited journey into your highest potential. Most starseeds, at a certain pivotal juncture in their earthly journey, inevitably reach a moment such as this, a profound energetic threshold that, when viewed from the conventional external perspective, often manifests and is interpreted as sheer exhaustion, profound fatigue, or even a sense of burnout that permeates every fiber of one's being. Yet, from the sacred internal vantage point, from the deep knowing of the soul, this moment is recognized as something far more sacred, far more intentional. It is the culmination, the precise moment when the soul has pushed, has strived, has exerted itself as far as the architecture of effort, of willpower, of constant striving can possibly take it. It is the point where the existing framework of doing, of relentless action, has served its purpose and has done everything it can possibly do to bring you to this precipice. And now, at this critical juncture, something infinitely deeper, something far more inherent and less strenuous, is poised to take over. This is not a collapse into despair or failure. This is not an unraveling into nothingness. This is a profound, a necessary, and divinely orchestrated transition. It is the powerful, albeit often disorienting shift from one state of being to another. Just as a pristine river, in its journey towards ultimate clarity and purification, will often turn murky, cloudy, and opaque before its waters settle, shed their impurities, and become brilliantly clear again, so too does this process unfold within you. The temporary murkiness you may experience, the moments of confusion or emotional upheaval, are not a malfunction of your spiritual system. They are not a sign that something has gone wrong. They are, in fact, an intrinsic, sacred, and entirely natural part of the process of purification, release, and profound transformation, preparing you for a new, clearer state of being. Within the nascent stages of awakening, particularly for those sensitive souls charting their course in a world that often struggles to comprehend their unique frequency, certain patterns of being and perceiving tend to form. These are often subtle, invisible loyalties, deeply ingrained commitments to struggle, to an unceasing cycle of striving, to the relentless pursuit of earning your place and proving your worth in environments that felt, at best, foreign, and at worst, overtly hostile to your true nature. You learned very early on in this incarnation that merely existing here, that navigating the dense energies of this plane required a kind of relentless forward motion, an almost ceaseless effort to push against perceived limitations. You absorbed the cultural and energetic messaging that framed rest not as a necessity, but as a dangerous vulnerability. You're a weakness that could expose you to harm or judgment. The very idea of stillness became synonymous with the fear of falling behind, of losing your edge, of failing to keep pace with an ever-accelerating world. And so, in response to these profound survival instincts and learned beliefs, you embraced and ran your mission, your unique divine purpose, in the only way you believed it could effectively be executed, through an unwavering commitment to constant effort, perpetual calibration, and an unyielding, almost exhausting vigilance. And, in a testament to the immense power of your spirit and the sheer depth of your resolve, it unequivocally worked. You are here. You made it through trials and tribulations, through experiences that would have utterly dissolved, utterly broken, someone who did not carry the inherent fortitude, the resilient light, and the cosmic codes that you innately possess. You transmuted immense density and navigated profound challenges, forging strength and wisdom in the crucible of experience. Yet, the magnificent ancient codes you carry within the very blueprint of your soul were never, and are still not, meant to be activated through the sheer force of willpower, through pushing, striving, or relentless external effort. They were always designed to be awakened, to come online, through the profound, effortless grace of alignment. And alignment is not a state you can intellectually grasp, analyze, or physically push your way into through brute force or mental gymnastics. It is, instead, a profound, conscious, and deeply feminine act of allowing. It is a surrender, not to passivity, but to the intelligent flow of the universe, and a willingness to yield to the subtle currents of your inner wisdom. Consider the wisdom of a powerful river. It eventually ceases its arduous, often destructive, attempts to carve a canyon through sheer might and resistance. Instead, it learns to simply trust the ancient, unchanging geology beneath it, allowing the natural contours of the earth to guide its path. The most magnificent, harmonious, and enduring path for the river reveals itself not when the water is fighting against the immovable stone, but when it consciously, gracefully, begins to move with it, embracing the natural contours, flowing around the obstacles, and letting go of the need to control every ripple and turn. This is the essence of activating your codes, releasing the struggle, trusting the deeper current, and allowing your authentic, aligned self to emerge and guide your journey with ease and grace. The pervasive fog you may be feeling right now, that sensation of indistinctness, of lacking clear direction or definition in your life, is not, at its core, confusion in the traditional sense. It is not a sign of mental muddle or a lost compass. Instead, it is the sacred process of dissolution. The old, worn-out framework, the intricate mental and energetic construct that meticulously dictated who you believed you had to be, how relentlessly hard you felt you had to work to justify your existence, how much you constantly felt compelled to prove your worth to a world that often failed to see you. That rigid, limiting structure is now, by divine design, actively losing its very architecture, its foundational integrity. It is breaking apart, dissolving into the ether. And this profound, necessary process is, quite naturally, supposed to feel profoundly disorienting. It is meant to shake your perceptions, to challenge your previous anchors. You are not, despite what your anxious mind might suggest, losing your footing or spiraling into chaos. Quite the opposite. You are in the midst of a powerful recalibration, a regrounding that is enabling you to find ground that is infinitely more solid, more authentic, and more deeply resonant with your true self than anything you have ever consciously stood upon before. And that pivotal transition from the familiar yet ultimately unsustainable instability of constant effort and striving to the initially unfamiliar, yet ultimately liberating and profound stability of trust. Trust in yourself. Trust in the universe. A trust in the unseen current. That is precisely where the real, alchemical, and deeply transformative work of this current phase of your awakening truly begins. It is a journey into an unprecedented level of inner security, born from radical self-acceptance and profound surrender. There is something ancient, luminous, and profoundly encoded inside you that goes infinitely deeper than anything you were ever explicitly taught in this current lifetime. It is a divine blueprint, an immaculate cosmic design, a soul signature that existed in its pristine perfection long before you ever arrived here, long before you willingly took on the immense weight and density of this physical world, long before you learned the nuanced, often painful art of making yourself smaller, dimming your inherent light, or quieting your authentic voice so that others around you might feel more comfortable in your presence. That sacred blueprint has not been damaged, compromised, or diminished by the intricate tapestry of everything you've experienced, everything you've navigated, and everything you've endured. On the contrary, it has been exquisitely deepened, refined, and made more resilient by it. Consider the elegant wisdom of a riverbed. It is not ruined by the ceaseless, powerful years of water moving through its contours. Instead, it is precisely that consistent, relentless flow that shapes it, carves it, defines its unique character, and in doing so, makes it infinitely more capable of holding, channeling, and gracefully containing the next magnificent current that is destined to flow through it. Every challenge, every triumph, at every moment of perceived struggle has simply etched more wisdom, more capacity, and more profound beauty into the very core of your being, preparing you for an even greater expression of your truth. And the current that is now powerfully coming into your experience, the next wave of your soul's unfolding, is profoundly unlike anything that came before. Because what came before, the previous phases of your journey, often required you to exert immense energy, to push tirelessly against perceived density, against limitations, against the ingrained resistance of the old paradigms. It was a time of proving, of forcing, of battling against the existing structures. However, what is now coming, what is gently yet powerfully beckoning you forward, requires an entirely different approach. It asks you to gracefully, effortlessly move through the vast, expansive space that miraculously opens up when you consciously, deliberately, and with profound intention, cease the act of pushing. This is the profound wisdom, the ancient insight carried within the very vibrational waters of Sirius, whispering to us that the most powerful, most impactful starseeds are not those who tirelessly fight against the natural current of life, attempting to bend it to their will. No, the most powerful among us are those who ultimately become the current itself. They wisely stop standing on the riverbank, meticulously strategizing, overthinking, and intellectually deliberating about the best way to swim across, to navigate, to conquer the perceived challenges. Instead, they make the courageous, trust-filled decision to simply step in. They consciously, wholeheartedly, and with unwavering faith, let the water take them exactly where they are inherently meant to go. This is not a passive, listless drifting, nor is it a relinquishing of all intention. It is rather a profound act of active surrender, a graceful dance of conscious trust without resistance. It is an alignment so deep that your will merges with the divine will, allowing the cosmic river of destiny to carry you with absolute precision and effortless grace. This is the profound, pivotal phase your luminous soul has been meticulously moving toward through every single experience, every single lesson, every single triumph and perceived setback of your entire earthly journey. It has been a preparation, an orchestration, a divine unfolding. Through the myriad years of feeling perpetually misunderstood, of sensing an inexplicable difference that set you apart from the crowd, of longing for a connection that often seemed just out of reach. Through the painful yet ultimately liberating relationships that ended before your human heart felt ready to release them, teaching you invaluable lessons in detachment and self-love. Through the numerous moments when the very mission you came here to fulfill felt less like a sacred gift and more like an unbearable burden, an immense weight pressing down upon your spirit. Through every single instance when you courageously, compassionately transmuted someone else's heavy darkness with the sheer brilliance of your own light, and afterwards, in the quiet aftermath, felt utterly unsure if there was anything substantial, anything energetic, left for you to reclaim or replenish. Every single one of these intricate experiences, these profound lessons, these moments of both joy and sorrow, was, in its essence, water shaping the riverbed of your being. Each ripple, each current, each flood and drought was meticulously preparing, deepening and widening the sacred channel within you, making it ready, making it capable for the magnificent flow of what now needs to effortlessly, powerfully, and authentically move through you, your full, uninhibited, divine expression. Let me be absolutely clear. You are not behind. That insidious, nagging thought, the one that subtly, or sometimes overtly, returns in the quiet, reflective hours of the night, whispering that you should be further along, that other souls are accomplishing more, that you have not yet done enough to justify your existence or your purpose. That thought, powerful as it may seem, does not inherently belong to you. It is a pervasive residue, a lingering echo of a world that operates under a linear perception of time, a world that myopically measures worth, value, and success solely in terms of tangible productivity, external achievements, and incessant doing. A world that, frankly, has never developed the sophisticated language, the nuanced understanding, or the expansive consciousness to accurately measure what you actually, profoundly are, a multidimensional, cosmic being of immense light and wisdom. In the ancient, meticulously kept records that have been faithfully preserved since long before the majestic temples of Egypt first began to rise from the sacred sands, there is no such concept, or no such thing, as a late awakening. There is only the exquisite, divinely orchestrated moment when the soul, in its perfect timing, becomes truly, undeniably ready. And your moment, dear one, is unequivocally, powerfully now. This is your soul's appointed time to bloom, to remember, to step into its full, radiant expression. The profound stillness, that has perceptibly settled over this particular season of your life, the quietude that may at times feel unfamiliar or even unnerving is not, in its essence, the stillness of stagnation. It is not a sign of being stuck, inert, or without purpose. Instead, it is the potent, generative stillness of deep water. It carries within it the immense, silent power of the profound ocean depths, where the most significant transformations often occur unseen. And it is the vital pause the powerful river takes, gathering its energy and integrating its journey, as it expands into a wide, calm, and reflective pool before it gracefully, determinedly, finds its next narrow, focused passage through the ancient mountains and begins to pick up exhilarating speed again. Your soul is not stalling. It is not idling in an unproductive lull. On the contrary, it is diligently, profoundly integrating every experience, every lesson, every piece of wisdom it has already received. This deep assimilation is absolutely crucial, for it is preparing your energetic vessel to gracefully hold, to consciously embody, and to powerfully channel what comes next. A new wave of energy, insight, and purpose. And what comes next, what awaits you on the other side of this sacred pause, requires you to be profoundly anchored, and it demands that you be fully, unequivocally present in this very moment, rooted deeply in the magnificent, authentic truth of who you actually are. Not merely who the world, with its myriad expectations and demands, once needed you to be, or who you once felt compelled to pretend to be. This stillness is an invitation to inhabit your deepest truth. As you navigate this profound period of transformation, it is essential to recognize that there are certain burdens you have been diligently carrying, burdens that, in truth, were never inherently yours to carry in the first place. These may include deeply ingrained beliefs, often limiting or self-deprecating, that were subtly or overtly handed down to you, absorbed into your consciousness long before you possessed the mature discernment to consciously choose them for yourself. And there is also the significant emotional weight that, due to your innate sensitivity and profound empathy, drifted effortlessly into your energetic field from others, settling there because you were compassionate enough to feel its resonance and instinctively compelled to try and transform it. And then there are the pervasive external expectations, often unspoken yet incredibly powerful, that inadvertently shaped the way you perceived yourself, influencing your self-worth and identity long before you had conscious access to the deeper, undeniable knowing of what you actually, truly are, a being of pure, unadulterated light. These burdens are not an intrinsic part of your original divine blueprint. They are not encoded within the radiant wisdom of your star lineage, nor are they fundamental to your soul's purpose. Instead, they are analogous to the various stones, some large, some small, that have gently settled at the bottom of the powerful river of your life. And the river, in its innate wisdom and effortless flow, does not consciously or compulsively carry every single stone it encounters or passes over. It moves through them, around them, allowing them to remain where they belong, not clinging, not resisting. And when the time is intrinsically right, with an elegant act of surrender and trust, the river allows those stones to simply rest, undisturbed where they naturally belong, unburdening itself for its onward journey. You are now being offered explicit, compassionate permission to set them down. All of them. Every single one of those beliefs, those emotional weights, those external expectations that have hindered your authentic flow. And this permission is extended not because the act of letting go is inherently easy, for shedding long-held patterns can often be deeply challenging, akin to releasing a part of oneself that, however limiting, has become familiar. Rather, this permission is granted. This liberation is essential. Because continuing to carry these unnecessary burdens is simply no longer the sacred work of this profound evolutionary phase. The work now, the true, vital task before you, is entirely different, radically transformative. The work now is presence. It is the complete, undivided, courageous, and utterly magnificent act of simply being here, fully, unequivocally, and radiantly here, as the pristine, authentic soul you actually came here to be. It is a profound embodiment of your truth, without apology for your magnitude, without the need for performance to garner acceptance, and without the slightest compulsion to prove anything whatsoever to a world that was, in its own unfolding, always going to catch up to your pioneering light eventually. Your mere, authentic presence is the most powerful catalyst. The ancient ones, those wise beings who built the enduring marvels that the majestic Nile River has witnessed for millennia, understood a profound truth that modern life, in its haste and superficiality, has tragically and nearly erased from collective consciousness. They understood that the most genuinely transformative force in the universe is not found in the grand, attention-grabbing act, the noisy proclamation, or the dramatic gesture that commands immediate, widespread attention. Instead, the true power, the deep alchemy, lies in the quiet, a consistent and unwavering alignment of a soul with its authentic, inherent frequency. It is not the external display that shifts mountains, but the subtle, resonant presence that effortlessly alters the energetic field of everything around it, doing so without fanfare, without announcement, and without seeking external validation. You are already embodying this profound wisdom. Even now, in this very moment, even in those moments when your human perception might tell you that your efforts are not enough, that your quiet being lacks impact. The luminous waters of Sirius, in their infinite wisdom, do not measure true impact in terms of audible noise, outward spectacle, or quantifiable metrics. They measure it, instead, in terms of profound, resonant depth. The depth of your truth, the depth of your alignment, on the depth of your authentic presence, and the immeasurable depth of what you inherently carry within your being, your ancient wisdom, your cosmic light, your unique vibrational signature, is something this world, in its ongoing journey of awakening, will only gradually begin to truly understand and appreciate as it continues its own evolutionary process of remembering. You are not here, dear one, to actively convince anyone of your truth. You are not here to aggressively force the remembrance of a humanity that is still, in many ways, learning how to simply look up, how to perceive beyond the immediate, how to recognize the inherent divinity within themselves and all around them. Your mission, in its purest, most potent form, is far simpler, yet infinitely more powerful. You are here to simply be so fully, so quietly, so powerfully, so authentically yourself that those who are genuinely ready to remember, those whose hearts are open to the truth, cannot help but feel the undeniable pull, the irresistible energetic resonance, in the same way that a mighty river, in its majestic, silent flow, effortlessly pulls the vast tide without ever needing to utter a single word, without ever needing to explain its profound influence. That, in its beautiful simplicity, is your true mission. Not the draining effort, but the radiant presence. Not the forceful push, but the effortless, divine flow. So tonight, if it resonates deeply within your soul, if it feels profoundly right in your heart, gently place your hand over your heart center. Close your eyes, take a deep, centering breath, and say quietly, yet with firm conviction, these sacred words: I remember who I am. I trust the waters that carried me here. I am ready to flow into what comes next. Before you go, leave one word in the comments, just one, that describes what you felt during this message. Then find someone else's word and respond with encouragement. This isn't just a comment section. It's a space where starseeds recognize each other. And that recognition carries more power than you know. If something in this message touched you, share it with someone who needs to hear it. And if you'd like to keep receiving these transmissions, subscribe. The waters of Sirius will carry us to the next one. You're not just watching, you're remembering. This is your space, and I'm grateful you were here.